BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo, and welcome to a very special edition of the Thursday BlueNote Fan Report. I got to tell you guys, tonight's show is special in more ways than one. The group of guys that I have tonight, I had met one of them before last year, and I kind of, when I broke my wrist and I wasn't feeling all that great, but this guy kind of helped lift me up, and he stayed in touch with me. And when I found out that he was part of this group, we reached out to him, and they were gracious, and they really wanted to come on and help me and for me to help them. And I couldn't think of anything better than to do this. And I think one of the best ways to do this is to show this video before I bring them on that they've produced. And oh my God, I can't say anything more than this. I'll probably show this video a couple of times tonight. So sit back and check out this video from DAWG Nation Foundation St. Louis.
In 2021, we were all shocked to hear that our friend Johnny O was paralyzed in an accident. And when that happened, we were all looking for ways to help Johnny get through that difficult time. Together with DAWG Nation and our extended hockey family, community, friends, and teammates, we were able to put together a fundraiser to get Johnny a check for $55,000.
This all started in 2011 with a group of adult hockey players that basically did a pass the hat to help his friend and family at his time in need. Over the last 10 years, we've raised over $3 million for recipients within the local hockey community. After the Johnny O had ended in 2021, the guys from Colorado had reached out to us to see if we wanted to start a St. Louis chapter. And for me personally, it was a no-brainer.
When we left St. Louis last year, we were just so blown away by the efforts of Jared Schmierbach and Matt Heath and the love that they had for this guy. We thought, what if we made a St. Louis chapter of DAWG Nation? These guys are capable, they're motivated, they're inspired. Well, what does he need to do that? He needs a structure and a foundation around him, which we've already built. And these guys are such an incredible addition to DAWG Nation. Johnny O, you are inspiring people across North America. You had a father-son, Rick and Riley O'Leary, two Native Americans that had never played hockey before that were inspired to say, you know what, I can do this.
So Rick and Riley drove all the way here from Colorado to basically just volunteer the entire weekend for us. And these guys were such an inspiration to everyone there.
We have Van Stone, who has a traumatic brain injury, who was a high-level hockey player that couldn't even remember, his brain couldn't remember how to skate again. And we got him skating, and we had him motivated and inspired to come and play in your tournament.
We've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about continence any longer. Call now for your free product sample.
And to have Van here and play and score goals and take pictures and pass with me in the center of the ice and to be on that stage with us and to share those moments, and then to give Van that jersey and to see him act the way he did and kind of break down in tears, and you could tell it meant so much to him.
You presented him with that jersey. Again, Van struggles to communicate, but how much did he tell us that he received our love? And he just broke down. And what that told me is he is receiving all the love that is being bestowed upon him.
So over the weekend, we had some incredible former Blues players, NHL players like Andy McDonald and Jim Campbell, Soupy as we call him, referee Tim Peel, Reed Lowe, Mike McKenna, Alex Brooks, and Cam Jansen. They're just incredible people, and we were so happy to have them and share that moment with them. Appreciate you guys coming out and doing this, and really excited for you guys to play.
It was such an honor for us to partner with the St. Louis Blues alumni. It really opened up the door for us to have a little reach and help people here in the greater St. Louis area.
Reed brings a level of energy and a level of love, and this guy has just such an incredible heart for people.
Johnny O inspires me every single day to be a better person and to be appreciative for what I have. I learned more about hockey this weekend than I maybe have ever learned in my entire life. I got my jersey on Saturday night, so now I'm part of this thing. They can't get rid of me. This is just like the icing on the cake for me to be able to be a part of something that helps people with severe life-altering circumstances. And sometimes tragedy's there so that we can all get together, right?
With the help of Reed Lowe and the hockey community, we've grown so much that we've actually had to take on another member of our team. Sam Salah brings tremendous experience and knowledge and leadership and entrepreneurship.
At DAWG Nation, we try to stay plugged into people's lives, not only when tragedy happens, but after.
I lost my father back in 2017, and he actually died of colon cancer. The financial thing tends to be the first thing on people's minds when something happens, whether somebody gets sick or hurt, and we want it to be the last thing.
There's something about the hockey community. It really brings people together, and we have the shared interest that brings people to the rink. Being a recipient myself, I know what it's like you want to give back, but you're not really sure how. And I see Johnny O going through the same thing, and it's so much more about paying it forward than it is about yourself.
So we don't know who that next recipient is. So we have to plan these things for the future, and we have to have this revenue. So when the time happens, unfortunately, there will have to be somebody. But we are going to be so blessed to be involved and to meet the families and to care for them and to be there for them in their hardest times of life. When I got hurt, you think it's kind of the end of the world at first, but to come out and to have all the love and care and the open arms, it's almost brought purpose to my life that I never thought I could have.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for John. John is the glue that holds us together. He brought us all here together. He's the guy we all rally around, support. And Jared and I and John, we just have like this right mesh. From that, we've created this chapter in St. Louis thanks to him and DAWG Nation in Colorado.
I'm so proud of the guys out here in terms of what they're building together. We've got a really powerful team.
We are DAWG Nation St. Louis, and we are prepared to help whoever's next.
If you're not wiping back tears, you're not human. And you know what? Like I just said, if you're not wiping back tears, you're not human. Please welcome my. And I may Jeff met one of them, but I'll call them my dear friends. Please welcome Matthew Heath, and I hope I don't kill his name, Jared Schimmerbach. Hey, Jared, how are you? Jared and Matt, how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm good.
Oops, hold on a sec.
I've heard worse.
I got to get this. I forgot to stop this here. Hold on. Oh, man. There we go. Oops, wrong one. Come on, guy. What are you doing here today? There we go. I don't know if you were hearing it, but I was hearing it in my ears. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. Guys, thank you so much. Jared, I hope I didn't kill your name too bad.
I've heard worse. It's Schmierbach.
Okay. Schmierbach. Okay. Well, being in the Navy, I've seen probably 10 different variations of that spelling, so wasn't sure how to say it. First of all, Matt and Jared, thanks for joining me tonight. That video was just wow. Wow, that's all I can say. And I'll let you guys kind of take the show now. Tell us about the organization, and I know the video was there, but just tell us, a little more about what you guys do and how this all started, and and I'll just let you guys take it. I'll be quiet for a moment.
All right. Back in what was it, September of 2020, Jared, is that right? Johnny O, he was in an accident at work, and he called me, I think it was late October, maybe early November, and he said, "Hey, I want to do something for John." He goes, he's one of my best friends, and I want to do this tournament. And right away, I said I was on board with that. And then from there, we had the help of pretty much everybody in the hockey community reaching out to us and saying, hey, what can we do to help? And we even actually had Afton Ice Rink donate the entire ice for us for that tournament. So everything that we made that weekend went back to John on that 3-on-3 tournament. And
Wow.
that weekend, we actually ended up raising over $55,500 for John, which he was able to buy a handicap accessible truck. It's got the cherry picker on it. It's put his chair in the back, the seat, he can get in and out. So he was relying for probably 7-8 months for his family to kind of take him around. And after that, he was able to be mobile and be, more independent. And I think he got a little bit of his sanity back and independence.
Oh, I can understand that, my friend. I can understand that. So a little more. Let's get into, so when you started this, you were not part of DAWG Nation, right? This was just a charity tournament for your friend, correct?
Correct.
Right?
So,
And go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, so after John was hurt, he was sent to Craig Hospital in Colorado after the accident, and this foundation actually originated in Colorado, and a family friend that actually knew Johnny O and DAWG Nation had nominated him as a recipient, and they actually were able to give him, I think, around $13,000. So after that was all said and done, Matt and myself, we were teammates. We were all, him, myself, and John were all teammates on a beer league hockey team in the area. We needed a way to kind of have somebody, I didn't want to start a hockey tournament and run it through a PayPal account and have to worry about, being accused of any kind of fraud or, and then have to pay taxes on it. So, we were actually put in touch with this foundation that had helped him out of Colorado. And that's actually where the connection was made on our end.
Well, DAWG Nation has been around, if I remember right from reading, since 2011, and you're their first secondary chapter. Is that correct?
Yes, first chapter.
Right. So, I mean, that's
they primarily worked literally just in the Denver metro area. And actually, the first time they branched out to help anybody else other than local Denver recipients was when they had that horrific bus crash up at Humboldt. And they actually were a big part of that, helping them and their families.
Okay, yeah. I mean, a lot of us in the hockey community remember that, and the sticks out now. That has become something special. Putting the sticks out. I keep my sticks here in the studio just as part of that. And actually, Matt, you might remember this stick.
Was that from last year's alumni?
Yeah, last year's alumni. Yeah. This is the one that wasn't there, but the guy that ran that sent it to me. It's signed by Matt Hoffman.
Okay.
Right. So I had a man crush on Hoffman, so that got sent to me from that. So
yeah, because
I keep my sticks here. I keep my sticks here
behind
in the
you
studio.
there. Isn't that the Hoffman Plager jersey behind you?
Yes, it is. You're probably very familiar with this.
I remember.
That's a nice jersey.
You're probably very familiar with this. That jersey was kind of a star of the weekend. I mean, a lot of people were checking it out, and I actually had a couple of offers on it. I wasn't selling it though. No. So first of all, we have a third participant here, Samir, and I'm going to kill your last name. Is it Salih?
Salah.
I apologize. I'm terrible with that.
Not a big deal.
And Samir, from what I understood from the video, you're taking over the business aspect or the entrepreneurial growth of this foundation. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing to help out DAWG Nation and Johnny O and some others?
Yeah, I mean, just like everybody else, I mean, I was really blown away by the absolute selflessness of this organization. I mean, I have a long background in leadership and organizational development and leadership, and I'm an entrepreneur and own multiple companies, and my world's kind of crazy, but I got a real passion for hockey. And when you bring hockey and these kind of causes together, I mean, it really attracted me to these guys. And I go way back with especially Jared, and meeting Matt recently. The hockey community is very very close knit, and it just, when someone's in need, I saw that how everybody rallied behind, Jared and his team and Matt and Dog Nation. And I was really, really touched by what they were able to do. And, I want to see them continue to succeed. I want to see this grow. And when I was honored and humbled to be asked to be a part of it, I accepted. And like I said, I hope to bring my, 28 years of being an entrepreneur and leadership development and organizational leadership that I can bring to the table to help not only help this organization grow, but just help more people at the same time. So
I'm kind of glad you said that. First of all, on two different levels. First of all, maybe I need, as the fan report, need to reach out to you and get some guidance. But second, if you noticed, someone just joined us, Lance DeScott. Lance has his own podcast and had his podcast before mine called the Drop Podcast, Drop Hockey Podcast. And Lance has been a very good friend of mine. And Lance doesn't know I'm about to do this, and he's probably going to beat me up later. And I didn't tell you guys about this, but Lance recently was diagnosed with prostate cancer and has been going through some really tough times. I'm kind of requesting, Lance used to play goalie a lot in the area and at almost a minor league level, a high club level. If you guys would be willing to talk to Lance offline and see if there's something that you guys can do to help Lance out, that would be a great thing for me. And I think that this is I know I'm bringing this on everybody, but that's what I think that your organization is about. And sometimes you just need to find out about people. And that's why I asked Lance on tonight, because I wanted you guys to find out about Lance.
All right.
Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about. So,
yeah, we'd love to try to help out. Get us in touch.
Lance, are you mad at me now, bud? I can't. I don't know if he's. Hey, Lance, can you hear me? Oh no. I think
it almost looks like just a picture.
Yeah, Lance, can you hear me?
There's a face.
Yeah, well, Lance, because of Lance, what he's going through, I allow him not to do video. Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, can you hear me, Lance? Lancer, can you hear me? He'll probably pop back in. Hopefully, I know he listens to the show, so he probably heard all that. I'll give him a second to try and pop back in. We've had issues with his mic and connecting before. And guys, please, if you're upset that I did that, I do ask for, what's one of those military says, it's better to ask for forgiveness and permission. Please forgive me for that. If I went too far with that. So
no, not a problem.
Oh, that's what we're here to do. So put us in touch.
Okay. Let's try this again. Lance, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Did you hear what I just did?
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at you. I mean, you're just trying to help out, and it's very kind of you to do that. So no, I mean, anybody that would be mad at somebody for trying to help them out, I don't see how somebody could do that, but I greatly appreciate it.
I know how private Lance, I know how private of a person you are, and I know if I would have told you this ahead of time, you would have probably told me no. So I wasn't going to give you the chance to tell me no. Right?
Well, yeah,
so guys,
I probably would have told you. I probably would have told you no, that there's more people deserving of stuff, because that's just the way I am. But I do appreciate it.
All right. So Lance, I want you to reach out to Matt or Jared here or Samir and tell them your story and see if they can do something. Matt, why don't you guys tell us? You got some stuff coming up. So tell us about what you have coming up in the world of Dog Nation right now.
Yep. So I'm going to share this one with you here. We have our first ever cornhole tournament coming up. We call it the Corn Dog. And I'm going to share the flyer with you here, guy.
Yeah.
I can find it here.
No problem. Yeah, when you share it, I'll put it up on the screen. When is it? When's the date on it?
It's end of this month. It's Sunday, August 28th.
Sunday, August 28th. And where's it going to be at?
So it's going to be in Belleville, Illinois. It's really close to Eckert's.
Okay. I know we have got listeners out in that area and things like that. And like I said, I'm going to share the show even after we record it. I'm going to try and push it a little more out and some things. And I reached a couple of my Twitter groups to try and get some stuff out there about it. Have you got the flyer, boss?
I'm trying to find. I downloaded it earlier on this, and
yeah, no problem.
It's not giving me everything I wanted here.
Yeah, technical difficulties, man. If there wasn't for technical difficulties, it wouldn't be the BlueNote Fan Report. It absolutely wouldn't. Let's get back. Let's
there we
get
go.
back
I got
a little
it.
bit.
I had to click all files. Apparently, it was hiding it from me.
Yeah, no problem. With what you guys are doing, the emotional toll that this does take on you guys. How do you, is it hockey? Is the Blues Warriors like to say hockey heals? Is that what you guys, your motto is too?
I think that would be pretty, in my opinion. I mean, I won't speak for Matt or Jared, but I mean, you know, hockey itself. I mean, I just got off the ice, you know, coaching 10U kids. So, you know, hockey's a lifestyle. It's a culture. It's a community. And I think that, you know, we all take it when someone, you know, within our community is in need. I think, you know, Matt and Jared both, you know, they're the type of guys that want to immediately try to help. And so yes, I would say that. I would say that hockey does heal. It's the best distraction in the world. It's my go-to. You know, I'm, you know, these days between the kids and me playing hockey on the ice, you know, 3 to 4 days a week, and I love it. And I think that when you have a serious injury or something that happens that impedes you from doing that, I think that's, you know, that's something you miss, and it's really impactful to get back out there. So I do agree. I do agree with that statement.
Yeah, and I can speak personally from that. As Guy knows, was a very healthy person up till I was 42 years old. I'm now 53, and I had a very bad brainstem stroke, and I couldn't walk for about 6 months by myself. Had to learn how to walk, and ever since then, you know, I played hockey constantly from the age of 6 till I was 42 with my stroke, and now I can't play it anymore. And trust me, I miss it. It becomes such a part of you, and people don't understand it. It's a lifestyle. It's what you think about even in the summer. You think about continuing to improve yourself, and it just becomes part of who you are. And when you lose that, every year, right at the end of the season, I get really sad, and right at the beginning of the season, I get really sad. So yeah, I definitely agree with you guys, and I can only imagine other people going through other things, like some of your friends that you've helped out, and yeah, it's tough. It's really tough to keep going, especially since it's been such a big part of my life. But you know, you got to keep going, and you got to keep it in your life. You just can't do what you did before.
Yeah, I think hockey can have a different, you know, there's many things you can do within the game of hockey. You know, maybe it isn't skating and playing at a game. Maybe it's coaching a youth organization. Maybe it's getting involved with your local, you know, youth hockey, which is, you know, that keeps you within the game. And maybe it doesn't, you know, completely fill that void, but you know, it keeps you involved, and it keeps you around the community.
Sure.
Well, here's the flyer that Matt was talking about, their cornhole tournament. I'll leave it up here for a few minutes. I want to say something to this. So when I brought up hockey heals for a reason, and Matt, I'm going to tell a quick little story. I hope you don't mind. It's about last year this time. I got invited to the Blues alumni camp, and I was put on a team. I forget. I feel so bad. I can't remember the name of the team. What was the name of that team, Matt? Say again.
Let's Go Booze.
Let's Go Booze. And just before that tournament, I broke my wrist. And as much as I was looking forward, and I'm not a good skater, I probably, in the games, I probably would have like skated out and skated back to the bench because I wouldn't have never touched the puck. But I was so looking forward to it. And when I walked into that locker room with my cast on, feeling really low, Matt was one of the guys that came up, put his arm around me and says, "Hey man, you're our teammate. Don't worry about it." That meant a lot to me. And he wasn't the only one, but he was one of them. And that's why hockey heals is so important to me, because it did help me. And my spirits were down that weekend. I admit that.
Well, I mean, I could tell like just how bad you wanted to be out there, but at least you were around everybody. You're around us. You're around the alumni. You know, I mean, you were still able to partake in all the other events and everything. So yeah. I don't think you lost out completely. You were still there.
Yeah, no, I was, but it was, you know, like I said, you could tell how heartbroken I was that I couldn't be on that ice, right? The closest I got is, and I have video of it, and I've never produced it. I haven't gone in back. Their second game, I think it was their second game. I went and set my camera up on the other side of the arena, and then I got in my suit. This was on, let's see, Friday. I think it was Friday. I wore my Blues suit and acted like the coach on the bench. So Matt probably remembers that.
Yeah, I remember because I told you you're missing the fedora.
Yeah, Brian Boudouin had the fedora that he forgot to bring out, and Matt was so mad that Brian didn't bring his hat out for me to wear for that. Or Matt was, so yeah. No, and I appreciate it, and I'll put that thing up again. Give me a little bit. Now, let's say, so I just brought Lance to your guys. If someone is in need, how do they get a hold of you? What is the best way to get a hold of you?
So,
and what are you guys looking for in someone to help?
So pretty much you have to be nominated by somebody, and it has to go through our committee in Colorado to be approved.
Okay.
And they have to be at least somewhat part of the hockey community. It has to be, it could be a child like that plays, a father that plays, it could be a mother, referee, hell, it could probably even be a scorekeeper or somebody for games, just somebody involved with the way of hockey in any way.
Okay. So
it's like your main thing. You have to have a connection to
I'm
hockey.
officially nominating Lance to Scott.
It's a little more paperwork to it than that, but
I know, and I know you guys will help out with that. And I'm just, but that's why this question is important, right?
Right.
So the steps can be taken, and that's why. So go on. What else do they need to do?
Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, like as long as it's a hockey-based recipient in some way, and there's a way that Dog Nation can fill their needs, there's always a way we can try to do it. I'm still not too familiar with a lot of their processes and how they pretty much elect or disregard some of the recipients, but I hope be able to get some of those answers.
There has to be a financial need.
Yep.
A financial need also.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I understand that. I understand that. Right. I absolutely understand that. You guys recently held a tournament where the Blues Warriors were part of it. Can you tell? And actually, I think some of that was on that video that we were just showing. I know the alumni were part of it. A lot of the alumni that you're connected with, I've also been connected with. I've had Relo on the show. I know Cam Jansen. I've had Mike Zook on the show. I've had Gary Unger on the show, and among others. You kind of know my connection with the alumni also. Tell us a little more about that tournament that you guys held. And I want to say it was about 6 months ago.
It was last April. Actually, May. It was May this year. We did April last year, May this year. Yep. So pretty much kind of a funny story. How I met Nathan is my wife actually went to high school with him. And she was aware of the Blues Warriors program, and they were just kind of getting started. I believe it was last year before, kind of during COVID. Yeah. And I reached out to Nathan October, November of last year, and I said, "Hey, we're doing this second annual Johnny O tournament." I go, "We always like to do a charity game versus somebody in the community, and we want it to be the Warriors this year." And he goes, "We're definitely interested. Just give us the dates and times, and we'll show up."
Right. Nice. And then you're connected to the Blues community also because you had Charles Glenn out there. You've had Tim Peel, who's been a guest on this show, among others. Give us an idea of what it takes, because I don't think people realize, and I know what it takes to set up an event like that.
Jared, I'll let you take this one because you were a big person and pretty much getting everybody in check and everything lined up.
I mean, it takes a lot of people and a lot of help. So, I mean, sponsors are a huge part in order to make these kind of things possible. I mean, that kind of lays the foundation to be able to have an event, because I mean, the ice donation's huge, and with sponsorships that gives you a way to kind of entice people to want to play in your tournament, like giving away apparel and beer koozies and, a hockey swag bag and trophies and beer and all the good stuff that we like to have in a tournament. So, you gotta, this place, it's called United Inc. here in Belleville, Illinois. They actually take care of almost all of our stuff with that. They do our signage. I mean, you name it. It's an awesome partnership, and there's been a lot of help to make that kind of stuff happen. We actually raised what was it, 97,000 in that tournament, just shy of 100,000 total. So
wow, so that's almost double from the first one, right? From the original Johnny O, you raised 55,000, and you doubled it a year later. That's
correct,
impressive,
yes.
guys.
There was a lot of help, though. It was a team effort. We had a lot of help from the Blues alumni. You had mentioned Reed Lowe. There was everybody was firing in all different directions, and the tournament had a little bit more momentum, I'd say, on its second year as well. So it was exhausting, but it was very rewarding.
Yeah, sounds like it. Wow. So I've done some similar events in different, and I kind of know what it takes to put that together. If somebody wanted to help with Dog Nation, if someone wanted to volunteer or get involved, what do they need to do to get involved with Dog Nation?
They just need to reach out to us. Most of the stuff we do is on our Facebook, but we have an email too. They can reach out through email. There's a phone number on our Facebook too. They can call us. What website too?
Our website.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jared.
We're just getting things going. It's kind of still set up for Colorado, but they've been working on it, and we're a few weeks away from having our own website. And we put things out. I don't know if you've ever heard of like sign up Genius. We usually put that out before our events, and it gives people an opportunity to pick what they want to do in what time frames. So it's a way to kind of stay organized on our end as well.
Right.
But yeah, that's another, that's somebody else that, sponsors are one thing, but volunteers are huge. I mean, if you were to pay, all these people, that would really take away from, what we're trying to do here to help people. So.
Yeah. So I'm showing this on the screen right now. Matt had told me this before he came on. This is about Mason, a under 10 goalie for the Merrimack Sharks Hockey Club, who was recently diagnosed with a brain tumor. You guys are setting some stuff up with him. I think that's great, man. I just, I'm speechless, and anybody who knows me knows that it's hard for me to be speechless. What you guys do and how much you pour into what you do, and I just got to say thank you for it.
Appreciate. We just want to be able to help out.
We're just doing what we would want. We just want to do what we would want done for ourselves. That's the way I see it. If I was in a situation, it's not just about the financial aspect of things. It's seeing, it's the power of the community and, seeing people come together.
No, I agree. Lance, you got anything, bud?
No, I did. Before you had me come on, I did a little research on what they do, and I think it's really great. There's other people that are doing stuff similar, but you just don't know their motivation to do it. And I've just been really impressed in what I've heard so far and everything. And there's a lot of people out there that need their help, and I'm hoping that some people will see this and think of somebody that may need help in a monetary fashion or in another fashion, that have had some things to do with hockey throughout their life, and whether they played, whether they coached, whatever. And it's just great to see people like this doing things for other people. I've always been the type of person that, I think your life defines you on how you treat other people and what you do for other people. And Matt and you guys just do a great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to bring this up. Tanner, I know, has an English bulldog, who's your mascot in your picture that I showed earlier. Her English bulldog is named after Garth Butcher, named Butcher, and she's volunteering Butcher to be your mascot if you want him. Right?
That'd be great.
Say again?
I said that'd be great. Originally, when we started the St. Louis chapter, we were actually going to use a black lab, but the Colorado guys said they don't want to change it too much. because the labs have a big meaning for us, because John's service dog Coda is a black lab, and Jared also has a black lab, and they're just like the greatest dogs ever.
Yeah, no, I used to. My neighbor had labs. They didn't have black. I think they had one black lab, but they mainly had golden labs. And I used to, be house sit for him and things like that, and dog sit and all that. So labs are special. I'm partial to bulldogs myself. That's where you got me. You get me with a bulldog. I grew up around English bulldogs, so you got me with your logo. Right?
I appreciate it.
What can we do to help? What does Dog Nation need from everybody? What does Dog Nation need right now from people listening to this, to, if they share it out or they talk to their friends at the water cooler tomorrow? What does Dog Nation need from them?
Sam, you want to take this one? I feel like I haven't heard you in a bit.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, I was just kind of absorbing, listening to you guys. But man, we just need everybody's support. When we do an event, you see this event, help us share it on social media. I mean, if you can dig in your pocket a little bit and bid on some of our auction items, or and just do whatever you can to help us grow this so we can help more people. I mean, realistically, the idea here is just to help, and the support we get from everybody else. Not all support's financially related. Maybe it's just giving a hand to help set up at an event or be a volunteer. I mean, we all forms of help are welcome. So, but yeah, I mean, at these causes, it doesn't get better than this. I mean, for me, as an entrepreneur, at this stage in my life, I want to give back, and I want to, when I find opportunity, when I found the opportunity with Dog Nation, not even just as being a part of it, but just, being able to, bid on auction items that I know is going to benefit someone in need, or play in a tournament that I know that was going to benefit somebody in need. I mean, that's what it's all about. So yeah, I mean, just the support, and any way you can give it would be much appreciated.
And when you're talking about the support, what if somebody wanted to, let's say, donate in a monetary fashion, or maybe give you guys something to put up on one of your auctions? Who would they contact to do that, so that people listening can kind of know who the main contact is for those type of donations?
We got
pretty much email. You can just, email's the best, probably.
All right.
And that email, I'm going to actually send that over to Guy right now so he can put it up.
Great. No, and I'll also put it up on my on our Twitter account for my podcast, and get it out there for you guys, and hopefully we can get some people to help you out monetarily, or either through donating jerseys, game used jerseys, something like that, tickets, whatever. We all want to help you guys out, because like I said earlier, I think what you guys are doing is great.
Yeah, so especially if you have auction items to donate, we have probably one of the best auctioneers in the Midwest, and his name is Reed Lowe. This dude,
I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that. I think I can give Reed Lowe a run for his money. I've done auctions before, and I was at that auction. I think I could have given Reed Lowe a run for his money.
His grandfather was an auctioneer. His dad was. He is. He can do it.
Right.
He will get every cent out of your pocket.
Yeah, I've told Guy this story, and I tell everybody that knows Reed this story. Before my stroke, I was a season ticket holder in the club seats at the Enterprise Centers, and we got in the elevator to go back down from the club suite level, and Reed Lowe gets in, and I hit my son, and I said, "That's Reed Lowe," and I said, "Aren't you Reed Lowe?" And he looked at me for a minute, and his friend goes, "Well, he used to be at one time. He's not Reed Lowe anymore."
Nice.
Perfect. So I want to go back to we were talking about on the Facebook page. You were talking about Mason and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually just launched that fundraiser for him tonight, and it's actually doing very well. He has a lot of support on him, and that's another thing. If somebody wants to help, just click on that donate to button, and you can send Mason something. That way,
Okay.
It can help the family out. Right now, his father is actually a military guy, and he was actually getting ready to go overseas when they found out about his accident and
Yep.
how they found the tumor. And so right now, they're going to have the medical bills. His mother is currently not working.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure the circumstances behind that. I don't know if it's Mason or if there's other things behind it, but I'm sure right now they could definitely use the help.
Oh, man.
Right. No. I put I have your foundation, and then your email address is on the bottom and on the scroll there.
Perfect.
Actually, I'm going to stop I'll set it so it stops the scroll, so it just sits there. I think so. Take it off the ticker. Oh, let's see. I may. Come on, guy. What are you doing now?
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I know. I'm. Sometimes it is very hard to do everything at once. You know what I mean?
So one of the biggest things, and a lot of people ask, is how you can help and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that we do is these events, and these are like the biggest things we do to raise money for our recipients is the events, like from teen signups to sponsorships to auction items. And so the cornhole one that's coming up, we have plenty of spots available if anybody wants to sign up for that. If that flyer on there right now, we have a team of Reed Lowe and Cam Jansen and Tim Peel and possibly another special guest. I'm working on it, but I can't really say who yet. And then, so we're going to have those guys alongside there so you can play against them, play with them. It's going to be a good time.
When is that tournament?
August 20th.
We've actually got a bullet. We've got a guy named Tommy. I don't want to mess his last name up. Peach from Bully Bags Cornhole. That's actually going to be kind of running the logistics on the cornhole end of it, so you don't have to worry about us trying to figure that out. We'll take care of the getting the Blues out there, and we're hopeful to possibly be doing a special check presentation as well, but it's a little too soon to until we get a few more things figured out till we can announce that. But
right. Well, I know a pretty high standing member of the Blues, former member. I think that I don't know if he had planned on being in the area in that period, but I'm going to reach out to him for you guys. Right. And I don't want to say his name because I don't want to call it out.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Oh, right, right. Fair enough. I got excited. I said, fair enough. I got excited.
No. Well, let's put it this way. He's one of the number 7s.
Is his name Big Walt?
No.
Yeah.
Might want to think back a little bit.
Think back a little bit more.
I'll say one word and leave it at that because I can't guarantee it. All I can do is ask.
Yep.
But I'll say this word, Iron Man.
That's going to be Gary Unger, I believe.
I'm not saying any names, but
yeah.
All right. All I can say is Matt, you know that this person was at the alumni camp that we were at, and he was there specifically to see me.
Yeah, I will give a hint. He has when he played, he had some very free flowing hair. So with that, I'll just leave it at that.
Red beard.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I will do my best to I'll reach out to him. I'll let him know about the event. I can't promise that he's going to come, but I'll let him know about it. And if he's in the area, maybe I think he'd be willing.
Yep. So we actually do have a very good relationship with the Blues Alumni Association. They've actually partnered with us on several events. They were the charity game sponsor for the Dog Nation versus the Warriors back in May.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I knew that. So, but hey, I'm just going to try and help. I'm 4,000 miles away. I can't help you financially. I can't help you with me being there, but maybe I can reach out to somebody I know.
That'd be great.
Right. I
really
mean,
appreciate
hopefully,
it.
That's all I can do.
Yep.
And as we continue and talk about all this stuff, what else? What if you have? If you needed one thing right now, if you needed to tell people one thing and I want each one of you to do this because I know you guys all think about this separate. What is one thing that you want everyone to know about DAWG Hockey St. Louis? And I'll start with Matt on this one.
You put me on the spot quick on that.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty much just,
We're here to
want to
help.
be able to help in the hockey community. We want to get our name out there as DAWG Nation so people know if you need help, there's an organization out there that will be willing to try to do the best they can to help you out in any way you need. I mean,
Right, and Jared?
like I said, most of it might be, a monetary thing, but, sometimes it could be just, someone to talk to or something like that. One of the biggest things with DAWG Nation that we take pride in is any of our recipients and stuff that we get through this organization, we keep close contact with them. Johnny O, Chad Bombershine, Dima I always mess up his name, Golkovo, Ukrainian kid, and our recent one, Brandy Womack. So
Okay.
it's one of the things you keep that constant contact with them, and you follow them and say, hey, how you doing today, and you can kind of go from there and just say, they might say I had a bad day.
Right.
You talk to them.
Oh, I absolutely, as a vet, I absolutely understand that. Jared, I'll put you on the spot now.
Well, I mean, well, the question was basically, what do we want everybody to know?
Yeah, what's one thing that you want people to know? No, not you personally. What personally this means to you, and what you want them to know about how they can help the organization and what the organization means. What that's what I'm looking at.
I mean, I think it's more, aside from all the financial aspect of things, it's good for people to know that if something was to happen to them, that we would be, there's somebody here to help. And, we can't help everybody, obviously, but, it's good to know that that something's out there, and, that's what we're here to do. So it's Matt kind of stole my answer.
Yeah. So the DAWG Nation motto is play hard, play fair, give back. And that's what we do.
Yeah. Wow. Samir?
Yeah.
You got to follow up to that one?
Yeah. Hey, you can call me Sam. It's a lot easier.
Sam, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But all my friends call me Sam. But man,
well, then I appreciate you calling me a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Helping with hockey, man. I mean, that's really what it is, right? We help around the game of hockey, and it's when you combine those two things, I think that's very powerful. And that's I'm the third guy. I'm the last guy to join this thing, and I can tell you that that's what attracted me to being a part of this thing. Is these guys are, if I want people to know stuff about the organization, is Jared and Matt, and the DAWG Nation team that I met in Colorado, they're all just amazing people, man. I mean, they're very genuine. They're very, they're very focused on the cause. They're selfless, and trust me, that's a rare thing. It really is a rare thing. And, that's why I'm here. And that's why, I really want to help these guys take this thing to the next level, and we will. But no, I mean, you never know with with an organization that's that's charitable. You hear bad things sometimes about some and good things about others. And let me tell you, this one is so genuine and so selfless that for me my time is very valuable to me, and to give it in this way, it has to be for a group, an organization that it really I believe in, and that is worthy of that. And I say that these guys and this organization is so.
Guy, real quick, you said that video made you cry.
Yeah.
If you go to any DAWG Nation event, I guarantee you will cry at some point during that weekend or that night. There will be something that will make you cry. It's totally amazing to watch grown men cry. I watched a guy at an event last year, a recipient for Dog Nation at their Stand Up for Dog Nation comedy night. He's a big, strong muscle guy. This dude could probably break me in half. And he was brought to tears about just all the support he got and everything. It was just amazing to see.
Yeah, and I'm sure, and I, I'm sitting here today, and I'm blown away at your guys' dedication for what this is, because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. You live your full-time lives, and then you have to donate your valuable time, and like Sam said, my time is valuable to me, to this cause, and there's not always happy endings, right? There's not always happy endings, and I know that, and that takes a lot out of people. So for what you do, my heart goes out to each and every one of you for doing this.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
Like we
Lance,
said,
you need to got anything to add there, boss? You're quiet tonight. You're never quiet.
Yeah, I think you've pretty much added a lot, and they've added a lot to the conversation, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there excited about what they're doing, and hopefully some of the people that are watching us and some people that I let know about it on our Twitter page, maybe they can help these guys out and either give their time somehow, or maybe give a donation, or give them something that they can auction off. There's always something we can do, and everybody, the good people in this world, they give and they give and they give because they care, and I think the fans of our show and the fans of what they're doing, I think it's definitely it's great to see people do that, especially in the type of world we live in today. And I hope everything goes just great for them, and I'm sure it's just going to grow, because what they're doing is very special.
Oh, I couldn't say it anymore. Matt, tell everybody where they can find, how they can find you, how they can find, the connections to you. I know that I have the email address up. Tell them about your Facebook, your Twitter, Instagram, all of that.
So pretty much, we do a lot through Facebook, probably 99%. We do have a Twitter, we do have an Instagram, but we haven't really got around to using it very much. It's more along the lines of a second thought to us sometimes. So
it's getting there. It's still in the infancy stage.
I know all about that, my friends. I know all about that. Here's your Instagram page here. I have it up for you.
I've never even seen this yet. So
yeah. So Johnny O is the one that runs the Instagram page. So anything on there, that's all Johnny O.
Oh, right? Great.
So yeah, that's the Instagram page, and I think this is Johnny O, correct?
Yes, right there. Yep.
And then a little video there of him passing the puck there. I got to be honest. I want to get Johnny O. I know he was at the lake this, couldn't come on, but I do want to get Johnny O on the show if possible. If you guys be willing to have him do another show and have him come on, it would be my honor to be able to talk to him for a little bit.
Oh, you guys would talk for hours.
Well, I mean, you can hear me when it comes to talking about hockey. I can go on and on and on. Just ask Lance. Right? I'm opinionated. Matt, you may remember this. Remember during the camp, me and Jamie Rivers had a couple of conversations, and I actually told Rivers that I thought the Bushnevich, Tereshchenko, Barbashev line would work better than, that was going to be an amazing line. And he told me, won't work. Barbashev ain't ready, and Tereshchenko's too lazy. Oh, I should say that.
That's pretty good.
And the Spetsnaz line worked in my eyes. Guy, I'm enthralled that you guys were able to come on tonight and sit and spend an hour talking. I want to show that video again before we go away. Are you guys okay with that?
You should give him the first Johnny O video, how this came together.
Yeah,
do we have that or
no? Let me find the original Johnny O video from last year's tournament.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that. I just have the one that was on your site.
This is
The one that
how.
you showed me
Yeah,
on
this,
Facebook, that's the
this
one I
is on our.
showed.
If you go on our site, back to the early
Facebook
May,
page?
we posted it on there. Yes, early
Okay, let
May, I
me.
think.
All right, I'm getting you the link right now for
You'll
you.
you'll really love this one. I'd actually love to watch this video with you. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Let's
All
see.
right,
This one
I just
says.
sent you the link.
This one says 15 weeks ago. Dog Nation. I mean, I'm looking at what videos are on your site. I'm not sure if that. It's about a 2-minute video. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
No, it's about 8
I think
minutes
he just
actually.
emailed
But
you.
yeah, check.
I don't see it on
chat there.
your page here, so I'll wait and pull this link up. Okay. Oh, it's a YouTube one. Okay. Give me a moment. Let me pull it up, and then I will play it for everybody.
This is kind of how this all came together. You know, this is pre Dog Nation, and this really shows what Dog Nation did for us to to kind of help our friend.
Okay. And give me a second. Me and my technical difficulties.
Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about real quick is
yeah, go ahead while I'm bringing this up.
Yep. So Jared will have to help me with the name here. Shannon Lewandowski, is that right?
Lewandowski,
yeah. So they are a member of an organization called Hockey Players in Business. And I'm probably not allowed to give out the full details for this yet, but they are going to be hosting an event near the end of October that's going to benefit both Dog Nation St. Louis and St. Louis Blues Special Needs.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be something to look out for here in probably the next week or so.
As soon as it comes up, let me know and I'll post it for you. I'd gladly do that. So here's the video that you were talking about. About an 8-minute video, so stand by, guys.
We heard about the Johnny O story through a local hockey player that is involved with Dog Nation. His name's Rhett Brantley. And Rhett is a friend of Johnny O's family.
When this happened, I got a call from Rhett and said there's a guy that's out here in Colorado right now at the world-renowned Craig Hospital, which is for spinal cord injuries. And he told me Johnny's story. And Johnny was injured pretty severely in an accident, and he's now paralyzed. And in early December of 2020, we met him at the historic Red Rocks Park, and that's kind of how it all started. So after we'd done the check-in in Colorado, there was still going to be quite a bit of a need to help, and his teammates reached out. His teammates really led by Jared and Matt.
I met John on the ice rink. He basically grew up on a pair of skates. And what really stood out for me about John that was so special, he lights up the room. He lights up the locker room.
I met John through about 2 or 3 years ago through Jared and the Fighting Amish. I remember the first day I saw like a lot of cryptic stuff on Facebook, and I immediately texted Jared and I said, "What's going on?" I go, "Did something happen to John?" And he's like, "I don't know. I have to call you later and I will let you know as soon as I find something out."
I was bumming after the accident. we were trying to think what we could do to, basically help John. I just kind of woke up one day and said, we're doing a hockey tournament for John.
I remember the actual day Jared called me to pitch his idea for this, and he goes, "I want to do a tournament." He goes, "Will you help me?" And immediately I was like, "Yes." I said, "Where do you want to do it?"
Afton Ice Rink. Made a phone call over here, and somebody named Sean answered the phone. I said, "Hey, Sean, my name's Jared. My buddy was paralyzed and hurt in an accident last year. And we were looking to do a fundraiser style hockey tournament for him. Just basically show John that we're here for him as a team and as a family." Sean gave us an immediate immediate yes answer. He says, I'll donate all the ice. The rink's yours for the weekend. I knew we had our work cut out for us, but at the same time, John is the type of guy that, you know, in my opinion, if the shoe were on the other foot, he'd be doing the exact same thing for me. You know, next thing you know, we got the DAWG Nation Hockey Foundation involved here.
They jumped in because we didn't know what we were doing. We've never ran a tournament before. I mean, it's hard enough as it is just to, you know, get 20 guys together for a pickup game, let alone put together a whole tournament.
We feel really honored and privileged that we have an organization that stands ready to help. And so that when something tragic does happen, we have the foundation and the power of a nonprofit to step in and say, you know, would you let us help you? A lot of people, when they encounter tragedy, you know, people are generous and people are good and they'll pass the hat and they'll help and they'll, hey, what can I do? And then you have another level of folks like Jared and Matt that go, you know what, if this is going to get done, we're going to have to do it. And then Johnny's girlfriend, Amber, took the lead on the silent auction. And to me, that's love in action.
Taken by the bull by the horns is an understatement, as Jared jumped on the bull and he reached out and he found tons of sponsors, tons of people that wanted to step up, and it just went from there.
To be out there with Jared and the DAWG Nation guys, to give him a check for $55,000, it really actually blew our expectations, because we really didn't expect to start with that. We were expecting maybe to give him a check for maybe $10,000 to $12,000 at the most.
You know, we started the weekend off on Saturday morning with the party outside, the auction. Amber had everything going on out there. We did the annual charity game on Saturday night. Charles came out and hung with John and the family for a little while in Sean's office until everything was ready to go. You know, everybody got on the ice, we lined up, and Charles came out and did his thing. Dropped the puck and really made that something, you know, something special. Matt here actually kind of, you know, he came up with the idea. He said, what about a Johnny O branded beer? What if we, like, you know, maybe Center Ice will get involved? His girlfriend is named Amber. I don't know if it was just a coincidence or he really liked amber beer, but it ended up being an amber ale. It was called Johnny O's Amber Ale. The highlight of the weekend was watching John make his return to the ice. I was a little bit nervous for him because, I mean, I knew that there was a lot of people there and a lot of people came to see that.
Guys from the St. Louis Sled Hockey Club here just did an amazing job of working with him on the ice. I could see that occurring, and it was really a special moment. When I watched that occurring, I was actually kind of nervous for Johnny because I saw all these people around him, and to do that in front of a family and friends and peers, and it took an incredible amount of courage and strength for Johnny, and I actually felt for him as he was getting put in that sled, and he thrived.
When he took the ice on the sled, I actually had to take a step back and go to the locker room, because it was definitely a truly emotional time.
And you know, to see him come in and, you know, he was right there with his other buddies.
As he came off the ice, our eyes met in the lobby, and he was back in his wheelchair, and his eyes I could see get watery, and my eyes were getting watery, and he waved me over and just gave me the biggest hug, and just 3 simple words. He just whispered in my ear, "I love you."
What we try to do is we try to just stay plugged into people's lives and make sure that they know they're not forgotten, you know, because all of this goes away. The tents come down, you know, everybody goes home. I think it's really important to let people know, you know, you're not forgotten. We're walking this journey with you as a family does. And that's what DAWG Nation is.
You always hear about these stories of somebody getting hurt and stuff, and there's always something going on, but you never know that it could be somebody close to you. And I hope that one day, you know, if something happens to me or, you know, somebody else close to me, that we would get the same support.
We tell people, hey, we know that tragedy is at everybody's doorstep. And if it hasn't come to your locker room yet, it's going to, because that's life.
I'm hoping that this is a stepping stone for everybody to kind of realize like, hey, life is short. Don't hold back. Give back to others when you can.
If you guys want to continue to keep helping John, besides just the friendly phone calls, text messages, and whatever love you want to show him, you can go to dawgnationhockey.org and you click donate to John Arell, and that'll keep things rolling for him.
Well, okay, you guys win.
Yep.
Wow.
So Johnny O right there is the reason why there is a Dog Nation St. Louis here today. That's why we do it for John.
That's amazing, man. From somebody that comes from the background that I do, and knowing how I care about people that I serve with, what you guys did for a friend, above and beyond, and I applaud you. I absolutely applaud you. For what you guys have done. It's amazing. Lance, as we're getting ready to go out, you got any last words for these amazing gentlemen?
Well, I think you just said it right there, right before you said amazing. It's gentlemen. It just inspires me when people do stuff like this. And like I said earlier, I'll do everything I can to help you guys out and to be able to move your cause forward. Because I think if everybody cared as much as you guys seem to do, this world would be a much better place. And I just want to thank you so much for what you're doing for people in need, and especially people in the shape of your friend there. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless. Matt, anything else that you want to add?
Our inspiration.
I'm sorry, Jared.
No, a lot
ahead.
of this fuel and no, you're good. It's this satellite internet here. No, John was the inspiration. He.
Yep.
It's just it was just such a tragedy when this happened, and like I said in the video, if the shoe were on the other foot, I feel like he'd be doing the same thing for me. And I'm just I should say we are just doing just kind of rolling with it and trying to help out where we can and maybe make the world a better place. They say, sometimes tragedy happens so that, we can all get together.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that might be, but I'm sorry, guys. This is, I knew this would be somewhat emotional. I didn't know how emotional, and I just appreciate each one of you. Sam, is there anything that from the business side that you need people to know, to reach out to help, that can help you, or something along that can help move you guys to a next step? Is there something that you need people to know about that?
No, I think we have some great support from like the Blues alumni, and Tim Peel's been involved, and the guys that are that can come come help us with our events, show your face, help us build this brand, and find other people, because really the more successful we are as an organization, the more people we can help. So
absolutely.
And sponsorships,
Yeah. Talk to local businesses. If you know a local business that's around your, the local businesses, that's the big thing. Just let them know about this group and what they do, and who knows what relationship you can create just by mentioning this to somebody. And that's what I say. And I do need to step aside for just a second. One of my favorite listeners, his wife's birthday today. Lana, happy birthday. Normally I would sing to you, but since I have special guests, I don't want to, destroy their ears. So I won't do that to you guys. Thank you all so much. Say again?
I said, let's all sing.
Yeah. I think my voice is bad enough as it is, and I don't want to embarrass my guests. Guys, again, I just got to say thank you. We've spent a little bit of time trying to set this up, and I'm so glad that you didn't. I get to the point when I try and set something up. If someone doesn't respond, I just back away. But you guys reach back out to me, and I appreciate that. And you have a friend in us. The Blue Note Fan Report is your friends. And if you need to come on and talk about an event or something like that, let us know, and we'll always make time for you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Guy.
Thanks for having us on.
I just got to say, though, like, to be part of this organization is, I want to say it's like a blessing, because you grow up playing the game, and you love the game so much, and this is a way for us to give back to the people in the game.
Yes.
Of hockey. And that's how I feel. It's something that I enjoy passionately, and I have fun doing it in these events. Yes, I can get emotional, but we still get to put on an event and have a good time and do the thing I love the most, and that's play hockey.
Yeah. And I was going to ask one more thing. I know Guy had mentioned a former Blues player. I'm good friends with a couple former NHL players. A couple of them are Hall of Fame players. And Guy knows who I'm talking about. I might reach out to them to see if there's something they could do for you guys, like maybe donate a signed jersey or something like that. Like I said, I can't promise it, because sometimes throughout the year, a lot of these guys have charity golf tournaments and they're being pulled in this direction and that direction. But if I can get anything out of my contacts with former players, I'll definitely try to help you out, and I'll get in touch with you if something comes through.
Any little bet helps.
Okay.
Whether it could be a jersey, stick, even a puck, anything that could be donated to us for an auction item that can help raise money for somebody else, that's a big plus.
Great. I will definitely get working on that.
If it didn't mean so much to me, I'd donate my Gary Unger signed cast. I think Matt knows what that means to me, right?
Yep. So I know we're going to miss you next month, Guy. I've already asked you a couple of times if you're going to be coming, but next month is the Blues Alumni Fantasy Camp.
Yes.
And actually, there will be 4 members from DAWG Nation playing on the Let's Go Booze team. Myself, Jared, Sam, and our good buddy Damien, who also plays in our charity events.
Right. Well, if I could afford it, if I could find a way to get there, I would. But unfortunately, my situation right now, and I may be having surgery at that same time.
Yep.
So,
and then I'm also looking forward to hopefully the Warriors are going to have their teams in there again, so I can get on the ice with them.
Yeah.
Great.
Right. Yeah. The Warriors. Someone has donated, I think, an entire team for the Warriors.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I know they were donated last year. I think
they
had another anonymous donor again this year that donated for a team. So, that organization, and you guys already know, Matt, but that organization is very special to me, and just the fact that you guys are connected to them adds to it. So, again, I appreciate you for what you do. Thank you so much for coming on the show. If you guys want to promote something, let me know. We'll always make time for you. Doesn't have to be a full show. It can be 10 minutes, just pop on if you want. Or it can be a full show. Whatever you guys need, I'm willing to work with you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. We always got so much going on, so any support from anybody, we'll take it.
Thank you.
Everybody, I got to first say a huge thank you to Lance. Lance, sorry I dimed you out there a little bit, my friend, but I wasn't going to give you a chance to say no, so you can be mad at me later. Matt, Jared, and Sam. Again, I don't know what else to say. I'm flabbergasted at what you guys have done for someone who needed it. I mean, that's the second most selfless act I can think of, right? What you guys did. And, the only other more selfless act I could think of is putting yourself in the line of harm, taking a bullet for a buddy. That's, what you guys did is right there. And my heart goes out to each and every one of you. I'll support you as best I can. And I got to say, thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Guy.
Thanks for
well,
having us
everybody,
on.
this is Guy the Y Blues fan for Matthew Heath, Sam and Jared from DAWG Hockey St. Louis, and Lance Scott from The Drop saying aloha, mahalo. And you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you. Aloha.